Hi everyone, welcome back to Grapholistic Podcast. Happy New Year to you guys. It is already 2022. I am back after 3 months of hiatus, I know. The last time I published one episode, the last episode was in October 2021. Sorry guys, I had to put a halt on the new episodes because I was busy with finalizing my book, which I had to publish, edit, write it, and of course market it over the last 3-4 months. It was like an intensive period, rushing through everything. But I can say to you that it was an enjoyable moment. Like, it was one of my favorite activities whenever I publish a book. So, as I had mentioned earlier in the last few episodes about the book I will be publishing, well, I ended up writing a motivational quotes book first. And this is actually one of my plans, but was initially I was planning to do this book after I completed the self-esteem journey book. Well, I ended up doing the opposite, so whatever comes first. I will be sharing with you bits and pieces of the contents from my new book called Be Brave, Uncensored Motivational Quotes in this podcast. If you would like to purchase the book and ebook, they are now available at www.grapholistic.com or www.winterscribbler.com. But if you are located in US or UK or other parts of the world other than Singapore, I would like to suggest you to purchase through Amazon, Barnes & Nobles or any online bookstore to save on the shipping cost. Okay, as for this episode, I am going to share more on the other core points in the journey to build your self-esteem where we stopped last year, in which this is the 4th point from phase 4 under the long-term process. That is specifically on communication skills. By the way, I had the chance to revamp my episode content, so be prepared for some changes. In comparison to what I have mentioned earlier, I hope it will be a better listening experience for you guys. Okay, developing communication skills is one of the core steps that you need to look into because this is like an armor for you, not only for you to use it in the present, but this skill is for long-term use and I can say it will be very useful for you in any situations. This is where it will affect you in your personal life and also when you are dealing with people at your workplace, at school, acquaintances, people you date, and any strangers when you meet in public. You will develop these feelings of confidence when you are able to speak well and when you are able to communicate your thoughts. You will feel relieved when you are able to transfer your thoughts and feelings into words. Doesn't matter whether it's in writing or in conversations. You will feel inclusive when you are able to understand what a person is talking to you, understand and analyze that conversation you had with them, just so you can respond to whatever they had conveyed to you. Responding to it can be either from your body language or in words. And sometimes, or I can say most of the time, you have to use both. Skills in communication is actually one of the pillars in the architecture of building your personality, your self-confidence, and your self-esteem, which, as you would know, leads to many branches in your life, especially being happy with yourself. The key to any communication skill is that even though each and every one of us has a different personality, it is not an excuse to not be patient to listen to someone when they speak. Doesn't matter who they are, their relationship with you, their position, their occupation, their looks, and even their caste. By default, you as a person, respecting others is the main step to building your own self-worth. Let us move on to the first step. First step is to be self-aware first of what is the issue you are currently facing. What are the skills you are lacking that is bothering you? Ask yourself, why is this bothering you? What are the areas in that specific communication skills that you feel you need to improve? And why do you think that you might be lacking in that? Doesn't matter whether it is in your writing or your conversational or your socializing skills. Is it because you are worried about what others will say about your grammar when you speak? Is it because you feel like you are not fluent? when you speak to someone in that language? What are you looking for, and why do you want to improve your communication skills? Sometimes it's not even about that communication skills. It could be your confidence, but that confidence could be from something else. And that is why you have to sit down and analyze. There are many areas in communication skills like conversational, writing, reading, comprehension, understanding, listening, and presentation. Those are the list. Did I miss anything? I hope not. By the way, I use conversational skills here instead of speaking or talking skills is because conversational skills is like a survival kit. It is useful in terms of socializing, which is part of what we need as humans to survive. It covers all the angles that includes listening, understanding, and responding to what you listen to. Okay, let's go to the second step, which is to set a goal for yourself. I will speak more in detail about setting goals in the next episode. However, for this episode, before you develop or improve any of the areas of your communication skills, you have to have a goal for yourself. After you set a goal, the next step is to manifest your imagination and your goal. Sow your target in your mind. Doesn't matter how old you are now, never too late or never too young to do this. You will be surprised to see the results over the years. Another technique when you set this goal, have a person who is like a target that you would like to be. Meaning that, for instance, you like to listen to a specific talk show host speaks. You admire the way they speak, very fluent and confident. So have her or him as your target model. Or if you want to write like how your favorite songwriter writes, very detailed and story-like, with beautiful vocabulary, beautiful expression, then use her or him as your model. The third step is to try it out and put in effort to improve on that specific skills. If you can find a sample like a model to use as guide, it's so much better. Find out a sample and copy them. Once you get the basic and gist of how it works, improvise it to your style and liking. Because sometimes without a basic or a model, sometimes it might not be easy to work it out. For instance, if you have no idea what is speaking effectively in conversation between friends and co-workers is like, and you cannot imagine it, search online on YouTube or any other sources. There are many videos where creators shared on how to have quality conversations with people. What are the factors you should take a look at when speaking with people? There are also books that point out the main traits and what to improve on so that people will feel comfortable talking to you. These are skills to be charming and charismatic in conversations. I have tried this for over 20 years and this really works. It doesn't matter with who I had applied to. Overall, I can say that it works. That is why I'm sharing with you all these tips. And finally, the fourth step is to improvise whatever you have learned and see whenever it suits the situation and people you are with. So once you learn the basics and it works, and you realize that you have other ideas to change or improve on it, go ahead and do it. Because these skills that you have learned normally are at your fingertips, you can either repeat the process and formula in the situation you are in, or you can play around with the knowledge for your own advantage, for the purpose of your conversations. This is being intelligent and knowing when, where, and with who you use your knowledge wisely. Okay, everyone, at the meantime, I will end this episode here. Thank you for listening. I will see you in the next episode for the next skills, which is the comprehension skills, reading and writing. To watch this podcast, you can visit our YouTube channel or visit www.grapholistic.com. You can also get your handwriting analyzed at a reasonable rate as affordable as $99. Check the options available from our website. At the meantime, goodbye.